Leave it in.
Live.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the General Banter podcast. We've got a strange one today. We've got a little bit of a podcast here, and then it'll just automatically transition into a guest podcast where we have Colum, Tyrrell, famous American comedian who was recently on Jimmy Fallon. Are we all right now? Are you doing a wee dander? He's doing a wee dander. We want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor. You can't hear that, doesn't matter.
Jazz music?
Yeah, jazz music. Is it because it's labelled? Quick shout out to manscaped.com, who, as usual, are hanging in there. They're sending us bucket loads of cash and devices to shave our ball bag with. Oh, yeah. You'll know all about it. This is all coming your way.
Manscaped ding.
Manscaped ding. Not a hairy sack in fucking Ireland right now. You know the crack, guys. Go to manscaped.com, use the code GENBAMP1. That's all I'm going to say, really. That's all you need to know. It's Christmas season coming up. Get your dad, go in there and buy your ma Manscaped and be like, here, Patricia, get that growler shoving.
In the mouth of Christmas?
In the mouth of Christmas, that's what she calls it. When she's been growing it out all year, she's like, that's the mouth of Christmas. Better take it down a notch for the big man coming down the chimney. What am I talking about? Yeah, manscaped.com. Use the code GEMBAT1. Get 20% off because they're not giving these things away. It's a premium product. Darn. It's the best in the business at shaving your genitalia.
And you get the fucking aftershave and all too, don't you?
You get the aftershave if you want to smell like a rich old man on a yacht in Dubai.
Nice.
It's a really dense.
That Saudi scent.
That's Saudi oud. It's got oud in it.
Tasty.
So yeah, I'll say it one more time. Manscaped.com. Use the code GEMBAMP1. Get 20% off.
Good day.
The General Banter podcast with Colum Jedis.
I fucked it up.
It's alright.
I hit it twice. You couldn't even hear that.
Nah.
Them headphones aren't going to go around your loaf.
Nah.
McCann, this is an intervention.
Oh God.
The man's 3 morettes deep, and it's 3 o'clock, but you bought them at fucking 11 or something.
It was more a case of I had like 5 beers last night and woke up and I was hanging and I was like, I don't deserve this. And then I was like, I'm going to be fucking wrecked in this podcast today. So, you put the badness back in you and you're back to square one.
You top it up. You just take the edge off.
That's what it is.
I don't know if I've ever tried that in my entire life.
Hair of the dog?
Yeah, because it takes me... I basically have to drink the same amount again to knock the hangover off.
A basket of puppies?
And then just feel normal. I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah.
Did it in Edinburgh. You go out, full lash, and then the next day you try and drink on top of it. And it just brings you up to like... You don't feel hungover anymore, and you're like, but I could drive home like if I had to.
Are you one of them ones that can't do like a 2-day bender because you can't get back to the state you were in?
I can't really do it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's good or bad. I've tried.
That's probably a good thing.
I've tried a million times, like.
Yeah.
But then you do that too much, and then you end up like you know certain people who real booze hounds, and then they throw the drink into them, or they have 2 drinks or something like that, and they're like slurring their words and shit.
Yeah.
Know a couple of those ones.
Yeah.
Not saying any names. But you're just fucking. You're a man with no responsibilities. You're like, I'll take 4.
No,
I'll take 4 Moretti's in the middle of the day when I have a gig later on.
I have no responsibility when I have skill in the night, and in between then I have 5 hours to kill. So,
just fucking Chinese food and chilling. We embarrassed ourselves again yesterday. This is slowly becoming, when tour dates are going on and we're just eating like fucking fat pigs.
Yeah, that's another intervention.
Now
you need to kick in here and say something.
Yeah,
There's too many beef chung funs having around here.
I'm an enabler as well. I'm like, here, fucking, I'll get this, but it's only because I want it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, lunch is on me because I specifically want to go here.
Yeah.
And I'm getting this. But they did, the girl, all the Chinese staff in that place wearing the PPE masks, but I could see the judgment in their eyes because they put the wee dim sum thing out. This is in Lee Garden for anyone asking. Since I got 20 DMs, you put up a gig poster. No one gives a fuck.
Put up some dumplings.
People are all up in your DMs.
Oh, they'll come out of the
Where's
works.
this? Where's this?
Yeah.
And they give you the wee dim sum menu, and you just basically tick what you want.
But it was embarrassing though, because the way it comes in like wee fucking baskets.
The wee steamer.
And they came over, and it was like the guy's like, "Oh no, these are like 4 levels each," and like put it down in front of us. We were like, "Oh God, fat bastards."
Yeah. Are you waiting on company? Nah. Bro.
Yeah.
And even the ones that you tick, we were like ticking it and then writing like 3, ticking the next one 2.
Oh, because it's like playing bingo. They give you a wee card, and you just put down how many of everything you want. It doesn't feel real.
It doesn't, and the way we were playing bingo was tick every single box.
Yeah.
And you'll get something.
Yeah, you get 2 fat ladies. Us.
2 fat ladies. Speaking of fat ladies, what about them fucking Karens behind us? I felt like turning around to these bitches and going, "What the fuck did you come here for?" This girl was oh my god, such a Karen, like.
Yeah.
And she was just looking at the menu, like, I don't know about this. No. And then she ordered it. They brought it out, and I could see her like, "Come here." And then the guy came over, and she was lifting noodles up with her fork, going. I think she was going, "Here, all like stuck together or something." So he takes it away, brings it back, and then she goes to eat it again. She's like, "Excuse me, this is beef, and I said I wouldn't eat beef. I needed chicken." I was like, "Go to fucking McDonald's or something. What are you doing?"
Yeah, she's looking the salt and chili chicken and ton of Fanta.
Yeah, don't wait. Oh yeah, me too.
I actually ordered the second fun young.
Don't be coming out. Don't be coming out to fucking, Chinese restaurants and being like, "I actually don't like any of this."
Yeah, your culture's not right.
Yous are fucking animals out here eating this fucking Chinese bollocks.
Is any gravy?
Any gravy? I came here for a roast.
Can I just get a salt and chili chicken with peppered sauce? Here, actually, now you talking about it.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's something like your ma would invent.
That's a bucket list
What
one.
would happen to your ma if she had a mouthful of salted chili chicken?
If you took my man Lee Garden, she'd
Yeah.
be fucking chawing the napkins.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have anything
She
there.
goes, "I knew this was gonna be filth. That's why I've 2 plain bagels in my bag." She's just fucking she's buttering 2 bagels in open air.
Yeah. No, she would hate that. She literally couldn't eat. There was nothing there that she could add.
Just a plate of dry noodles.
She wouldn't even take noodles.
What about
The woman's never had noodles, rice, or pasta.
none of that
once?
none of that foreign muck?
Yeah, no sauce unless it's red.
Noodles, Chinese pasta. Get that out of my fucking face.
And fuck pasta too while we're at it.
Rice, fucking spud seeds. Rank. But just to add to the list of social faux pas, you'll appreciate this. Now we're sitting there. First of all, we ordered spare ribs, which I thought were going to be
I know what's coming.
like deep fried or something like that. But they were obviously like boiled in a big broth. Delicious, but you put the whole thing in your mouth and you go like, nom, 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 and then you spit the fucking bone out.
Yeah.
Both of us nearly had to go to fucking, get composite veneers after.
It was impressive. Like, it's like putting a cherry in your mouth and trying to tie the knot.
It was like, and then you're like, "Oh, that's a bone."
Yeah.
And then, because it looked a bit weird, I sort of jokingly was like, "Fuck me, that could be any old meat there." And then I said to Aaron, I was like, how adventurous would you go, with meat wise? And he's like, "Fuck, I don't know anything really, to be honest with you." And you're notoriously a loud talker in public.
Yeah.
And we've been in like local cafes near my house, and you'd be like, in America, blah, blah, and I'd be like, "Is that right?" Just trying to make you realize the contrast of the like, "Is that right? That's fascinating." Yeah. And full volume in the middle of this very serene Chinese restaurant. He's like, "Here, see if you went to that festival in China, would you eat a dog, would you?" And I was like, "Nah." First of all, it was like talking to a toddler.
But I'm so unracist that I didn't even think that was a weird thing
You
to
were
say.
in
And then I was like, oh, fuck.
Newland Dog Festival, would you? Now fucking barbecue dog, would you? Fucking shoving another dumpling in your mouth. And I'm like, "Now, first of all, Aaron, let's turn that volume right
But it was so
down."
embarrassing you didn't even answer the question. I still don't know.
Oh yeah, I took
Would you eat
I took a fake phone call.
Would you take a nice fucking teriyaki fucking cockapoo, would you?
Would you take a fucking pug kung po? And I immediately was like, "Hello? Hello?"
We Alsatian for young, does she?
Salted
That's
chili
very-
Jack Russell.
Some bite of it, all right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, very embarrassing. But it
Can't
was.
take you anywhere. Like, I would hate to be fucking anywhere. Like, God forbid when you're in New York, you're at that fucking ground zero or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you have stayed in the building or would you have jumped? What do you think? What floor do you reckon you could jump out of and still just be maimed?
We went there in like 2007. We went to family holiday in New York and we went to where the Twin Towers were. And it's weird because everyone's taking pictures, but you obviously don't smile. So there's just there's a pile of pictures of me and my ma looking like we're in So Solid crew, like standing in front of the Twin Towers, being like,
Just mean mugging.
yeah.
And her going, "There's a place full of foreigners right there." That's one of the best lines ever. Just be careful when you're in America. The place is full of foreigners.
No, she said internationals. Come on,
Internationals, yeah, yeah.
but
that's
that's like
the same-
entry level racism.
That's the same as like just old, like if you're not from there, you're straight.
Yeah.
You're an international
Yeah,
foreigner.
of course. This is a woman who hasn't left her own since like forever. So it's like, of course, she's gonna have a wee bit of oddities here and there.
It's a bit like I used to do material, but old Irish Catholics think that they're the only Catholics in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking Spaniards are over there talking about Jesus.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my life. You wouldn't know religion. When was the last time you were in mass?
Aye. You
You fucking Mexican cunt.
pinto bean flicking fucker.
Pinto bean?
Pinto beans.
What sort of fucking hybrid bullshit is this?
What hangs not do you?
Black
fucking-
beans! Black beans! They've gone off.
Oh fuck.
Get me a good tenant. Where's all the tomato sauce on it? These fucking black beans. Just in Belgium, can have baked beans.
But none worse so than having like if you were going out with someone now, and they were like a fussy eater to that level. Like they couldn't have it. Like they had like an outlaw's diet, like an outlaw bistro diet.
Those people exist.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Shane Todd's like that.
Yeah.
He just eats 3 things.
I'll never forget Shane was saying about he went, I can't name the place, but he went somewhere in Oma.
Nando's.
And he was saying about, sorry, do you have any gluten-free options? And the woman at the place was like, no, sorry love, we don't do any of that fancy stuff here. Which is so, and he was just like, it's literally a dietary requirement, like I could die, like.
Yeah. He's like, are these fucking, they're being turned on to the gluten-free.
Fucking Davis.
Gluten-free, my arse. I would put up with, I would quite literally have to get to the level of my throat was closing over.
Yeah, which I have had and been like, this is delicious.
He can't eat a bueno.
Well, my throat doesn't close ever, it's just me tongue gets very itchy.
That's
Which is
chlamydia,
a
bro.
very awkward sensation,
It's gonorrhea.
You can't really scratch your tongue, And then, you look like that. You have to kind of under the teeth,
Jesus.
which is rotten public, Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like trying to get this fucking bueno seeds off me, sir.
That's funny. Like, that's the one thing that's going to take you out.
Yeah,
And after all the poison we put in our bodies.
I know.
Don't give me a fucking Nutella sandwich. I'll die.
I would. I'd literally die.
Itchy tongue. No, like if I was gluten. I mean, what do you get when you're fucking allergic to gluten? The shits?
I mean, we've already covered this,
What?
IBS,
Is that what it, but what is it?
Oh, it's different from that, I think. But yeah. But I honestly, like, see if I actually went to a doctor and was like, can you review, give me the fucking MOT. They'd be like, oh yeah, you're eating a pile of shit that you shouldn't be eating. Like chicken legging. There's something there I'm allergic to. If we're going by what I put in the fucking toilet this morning.
Shitting licking?
Show out to the doctor and say that's healthy.
Chicken shitting.
You
We met some characters last night, didn't we?
Oh, we did I.
Just a lot of people standing close to you going, well, I can't believe I'm standing here
Yeah.
with these two.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
There was one guy, it was so funny. So we go on a chicken licking, right? And I noticed like
Not to flex too hard on you, host.
not to fucking, we up. And there was a guy like turned around seeing you and I was like, really obviously knows you. And then we were sitting chatting to him, but the guy had like a real far away look in his eyes. And he was just like, fuck, I can't believe this boy's just standing here chatting to you two headers. It's mad, eh? And then I go, what'd you order anyway? And he goes, oh fuck, I don't think I've ordered, hey, right enough. And then it was like, I goes, well, my orders come up there now, like, and you've been in here before me. And I goes, do you know what you ordered? And he goes, no. And I goes, where'd you go before us? And he goes, fuck, I can't mind.
The guy wasn't even, I don't even know, I don't think he knew he was in a fast food establishment. I think he was just like, I'm just happen to be standing here.
I miss being that drunk though. I haven't been that drunk in ages, like, where you're literally like,
I think that's, young lad drunk, where you're just like, you just let the night take you.
yeah,
You wake up and you're like, how do I get home? No idea.
yeah.
Then you get to a certain age and you're like, I have my taxi booked for...
Yeah, that would give me a full panic attack now if I did that.
20 past 1. But there's, I forgot about that. I forgot about walking through town, out in public. What about the guy before? Did I tell you about the guy who had like 12 staffies?
What was that?
I don't know. It was just like, I was walking up the Laveries and the guy had like literally about fucking 10 or 12 staffies on leads.
Are you breeding them or?
Not in the street, like, but I don't know where the fuck he was getting them from. But there were so many of them. They were like, like as he was walking, the wee dog was trying to shit as it was walking and all.
Oh my God.
Too many to take care of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a load of drunk girls being like, oh my God, look at the wee doggies. Like they wouldn't just fucking...
One of them just completely scatting.
Yeah.
Oh, so cute.
That's what happens when there's 12 of you. You're like, I've no time to myself here.
One of them shitting at least, all the time.
At all times, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy would have fucking out of fortune on plastic bags trying to pick up shite.
Oh, Jesus, eh?
You picked up much shite in your time?
Me?
Aye?
No, don't go there.
No, you just
Wherever it needs.
you're living in the fucking countryside. You're like, let it fucking.
To be fair, that is a hack. Like if you're in the countryside, you can just let it kind of shite wherever. Like,
Whoops.
Fertilizer.
yeah.
Free fertilizer.
Fertilizer. I'm trying to find. Did I send you that video? The bag of shite one.
Oh, what was that?
Did I send you it? Oh, I'm gonna hold on a second.
Seen the one where you were showing me the lady driving with iced coffee. That was hilarious.
What was that?
It was like when you're late for something, but
Oh, yeah.
the iced coffee hits you.
The car was going like. Oh, hold on a second. This is actually worth finding if I can get the fucking thing, even though I don't have the old. I definitely sent you that. No, who did I send that to? Who did I send it to?
I don't remember seeing it.
The Scottish guy, like, and he puts his.
Oh yes, you did send me that. Yeah,
Is it a what?
that's a bag of shit. Yeah, that's
Best
great.
audio ever.
That's a bag of shit.
That needs to be on the soundboard
That's fucking great.
every time we review something. That's a bag of shit.
Avatar. Bag of shit.
Yeah, we should just start a reaction fucking YouTube channel. Just
Does
watching
anyone
movies.
really
Bag
like
of
that?
shit. If that was any other accent, it wouldn't be that funny.
Yeah. Oh no, there's something about the
That's a bag of
Scottish
shite.
people. Undeniably.
And it would only be Scotland, where you would be in a children's play park and there was and a bag of shite.
Yeah.
That's a bag of shite. Wonder was it warm still? He put his hand in it.
It probably wasn't even a dog bag. It's probably just like a fucking spar bag, just filled with shit.
Fucking 25p down the drain there.
Aye.
That's a bag of shite. Oh god, I did actually see a guy try and pick up shite one time, and it was a loose soil shit.
Ooh.
Just him fucking fingering it about. Speaking of Nutella, like he was fucking.
I like the dog shit like humans, where it's like sometimes they're putting out loafs and sometimes they're putting out like fucking like art attacks, splat pieces.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Like, what do you feed a dog? If you feed a dog, you know, certain.
Well, there's certain things. You know, I've known people to feed dogs like chicken and stuff, and next minute the dog's fucking.
It was fucking Phil Heath.
People get like that though.
Feed the dog chicken.
People get like fancy dogs, you know, like, and they require certain things to keep their, you know, their. Is this true or am I mental?
What?
The
The food our dog eats is mental.
Like what? What are we talking?
It's like a monthly subscription. It's like £50 a month.
What?
Yeah.
And
The
what,
dog-
but like, what's like a standard
It's like
dish for your
little
dog?
Human meals. It's like duck and fucking.
It's got sides and all.
Your dog's eating duck.
Yeah.
How did you fucking get duck? Got duck last
yesterday,
week.
you fucking mess.
Got duck last week, and I'll fucking remember it forever.
Nuts.
Your dog's eating better. Your dogs are eating better than my ma.
What's your dog? Your man just had a monthly subscription. Jeez, they're fucking tasty as fuck. Isn't it rabbit and pheasant hearts? You fucking lunatic. They're gorgeous. Have you hate? I mean, to be honest, like you do see some of the premium tinned food with the beef chunks in it, and you're like, brother, we're fucking doing a spud and
Fruit and sticky rice. Say no.
bit of soy sauce and a couple of fucking corianders and that.
I can't believe that. Is your dog eating like fucking elk and shit? Like Rogan?
Literally, yeah.
That's hilarious.
What's that butternut box or something? It's called. It's like Hello Fresh for dogs.
That's what I was gonna say. Dog's fucking on the Hello Fresh there.
Yeah.
Jesus
Nuts.
Christ, that is mental.
Give him a wee blue
actually-
apron while he makes himself.
They actually test the meals on humans.
That's. I finally found a dream job.
In comparison, I remember my uncle or something going like, actually, if you're out hunting dog, you just throw out a cabbage every 2 weeks.
I remember like my sister has like
Keep
a
it hungry.
Saint Bernard, and like every Christmas the leftovers would all be thrown into one big pot, like everything, stuffing, fucking the turkey, the ham, all the fucking yolks, sprouts, everything, froze it out, and the Saint Bernard cleans it in like literally 20 seconds.
Oh yeah,
Like it's like a fucking Pac-Man, just
oh yeah. I had a mate used to have was it mastiffs or something, giant dogs, but he would like making these fucking vats of food
Yeah.
and just like 10 after 10 of fucking food, and then at the end he would just be like 12 eggs into it for its coat or something, and just slop it all about.
Eggs for the coat. What'd you say?
Yeah, for its fur. It's supposed to be
Jesus Christ,
good quality
I
for
know
the
fuck all about dogs, eh?
But is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah,
eggs
So like if you see a dog with a beautiful, like, you're like, fuck, that boss is throwing the eggs in them anyway.
Yeah. You're like,
It's
look,
a-
he's fresh out of the salon, and this, you know, he's just full of fucking omelets.
This fucker's putting Ballygarvey out of business.
But he just like they'd whip up this fucking just basin of shit, and the dogs were just like, and it gone 2 seconds.
Why can a dog not eat chocolate? Like, does that kill it?
Can't get it open.
Is
I don't know. It's
it's just poisonous. I don't know.
like poisonous.
So are grapes.
Is it like a caffeine thing or something?
I don't know.
Some dark chocolates have like some sort of caffeine-y bullshit in it. I don't know. But
what does your dog eat for dessert? Swiss roll?
tiramisu and fucking
Probably.
Oh, a Rexy creme brulee?
Rexy?
Jax? Is
Larry?
Larry.
that what your dog's called? Larry?
What's your dog at home called?
Ozzy.
Ozzy and Larry.
I like Ozzy's a great name for a dog.
Who's
Larry's a rescue dog, so he was already called that. Be Larry.
That was like when we had Fergie for a minute.
Fergie's a good
And everyone was
name
like,
too.
what the fuck do you call a dog Fergie for? And I didn't name it.
Like Black Eyed Peas man?
Didn't name it, yeah. Probably a big Man United fan,
Yeah.
I would say. Imagine that was the reason. I'm a massive fan of the Black Eyed Peas. So the dog's called Will I Am.
Or William just.
William. Oh. Or it was like the wrong one, you know, like your dog's called Ozzy, and like, I'm a massive Black Sabbath fan. So the dog's called Tony. Just the fucking not the most famous guy in the band.
The dog's called Fred. I'm a big Limp Bizkit fan. Dirty.
No, but it has to be someone else in the fucking way. Big fan of Limp Bizkit, so the dog's called Wes. Otto, yeah, there's a good name for a dog. And I'm a massive fan of Nirvana, so the dog's called Dave. Although Dave Grohl is famous also. So that fucked the whole point up there. Oh, God. My sister had sort of adopted a cat in our house when we were younger. And she decided to call it Gucci.
Oh, yes.
And everybody had to just be like, fucking get that Gucci bastard out of my house.
Yeah.
Cat's fucking cat.
You ever seen Dom's cat?
No.
The fucking-
the scrote cat?
Yeah, oh my god, the size of the bag in that hair is something else.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and it's like hairless. Like, talk about Manscaped, that is a clean bag. That is, I swear to God, sir. And it follows you around the room. Like, whenever you look, the
ball bag on a cat?
The ball bag? I can't focus on, like, we'll be watching, like, fucking, you know, he'll put some film on the TV and I can't focus because I just see his bag scanning around the room.
Do you not have, do you have to get like the dog's fucking balls or the cat's balls removed the way you get dogs' balls removed?
I don't know what you do with them things. Donate them to fucking children's charities as space hoppers. They're fucking massive.
Big bag on it. Dick as well?
No dick. It's all balls.
It's all balls.
It's all bag.
Just like you.
It's called Ozzy. It's like me.
Where was that? Where were you on holiday? And the fucking, was it like some lady of the night squeezed your crotch?
Yeah, I was in
Just
I was in Ibiza and I left the fucking nightclub earlier or something, and I was standing outside and I was waiting on my friends to fucking meet me outside. And there was this doll, and she just came up to me, and she didn't look like a lady of the night, you know. She just looked like a random kind of fucking like local, and she came up to me and she was like, "What are you doing tonight?" And I was like, "Oh, I just want to see Stevie Aoki there," and I'm standing outside waiting with friends.
You covered in cake?
And she goes, I goes, "What are you doing? Were you out tonight too? It was a good set, wasn't it? A good DJ set." Doing small talk like, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm working." And I was like, "Oh, what do you do?" And she's like, "I escort." And I was like, "Right."
Mechanic,
you know? And then she grabbed my dick, right? And I was wearing these like tight fucking, you know, River Island like skinny jeans, you know. So it was just, the piece was out like. And she just grabbed it and she goes, "Big dick." And I was that nervous. I just went, no, it's not. It's all bag.
It's all bag, love.
Damn it. Like, imagine, like, I don't know, I have a couple of friends, no names obviously, but they're no stranger to another prostitute. Could never do it. I couldn't do it.
No.
A one night stand would send enough guilt through me, never mind, like.
But I think the one night stand there'd be more guilt involved.
Yeah, there is. But yeah, I don't know.
Because then you have to avoid the person in public and all that sort of shit.
Oh, sure, if you live in Amsterdam, you could knock on it in the chippy the next week or something like that, you know?
Aye.
Yeah.
They're big into the chips.
Yeah.
They actually are big into chips over there, aren't they?
Dutch love their spuds.
Aye, but the standard is through the roof in Amsterdam.
It is literally through the roof. But some of them are very aggressive. I remember walking through Amsterdam one time and this black doll was like knocking the window with her fist. I was like, I'm not fucking riding that. She'd fucking tear me apart.
I remember walking down the street in Amsterdam, looking up and going, I think that's actually Beyonce in that fucking fish tank up there.
Yeah.
But what you see. Remember I was telling you about like these two black dudes approached this girl and she was like, nah, keep it moving.
Yeah.
And then we were walking up past and she was like, hey guys. And for a second I was like, oh, she knows what she's after. But then
Jodes.
logistically it was like, she's probably, she's probably thinking like, what sort of shift do I want to have here today? Do I want fat white guy to bust in 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Or do I want railed out by the two man-dems over here?
Yeah. That's the funny thing is like, I've mates the one time stand before and they were kind of like bragging, being like, oh yeah, like the fucking prostitutes were like kind of like winging us over like this here, and they're like they weren't doing that to anybody else, and I was like, that's because they know you're a handy shift.
Yeah. Handy being the fucking.
But some comes to be an MD maid too, so it'll probably take them about 2 hours to come.
Aye, the fucking E-dick.
And Monday cock.
Just stand there, fucking the meter ticking away in the background. Keep going.
Yeah. But do they do it by like time, or is it you book for like an hour session, or how does it work?
Well, I think the second you bust, you're out the door. Like,
but
you
you're not going on chat or not.
Well, that's the thing. It's not even. I don't even think it's the. I don't even think it's the strangeness of that happening that would freak me out. It would be more the 1 minute you're in the street, and next minute you're just walking through a door. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You're like, let me chill out here.
Yeah, I found it weird yesterday going
get the telly. We'll start a movie. You know what I mean?
I found it weird going from the E-Tap to Jordy's car yesterday. Never mind fucking busting to being out in the street again eating a falafel.
No, but you do see some fellas leave in Amsterdam, like leave the old boudoirs, but just full business mode, like.
Oh yeah,
straight out. No,
it's just admin.
Just popped in, fucking.
But then you got even kind of seedier. But I don't think there'd be as much guilt attached. Would be the happy ending massages. Yeah. Would you ever do one of them if you were a single man?
I would go in there and I'd be like, listen, let's have a happy start.
Aye.
And then get
let's
have a happy start, and then you can get stuck into the traps.
Aye.
I'd be like, God damn it. Sure, fucking I have a mate there went for a massage in Dublin. And he legit
a sexy one?
No, he legit wanted a massage.
Right.
And they were like, do you fancy getting pulled out?
Yeah.
And he was like, how dare you? I'm in here with a tight lumbar back.
But if you're in the moment, like if you were going in and expecting a massage and then someone said that, and you're kind of like in this kind of like, days of being all relaxed and all, it'd be hard to turn it down.
Big old greasy hand.
She gets the Carex on it and fucking...
The Carex? Hand sanitizer? She'd need a few today.
Love hearts.
You're 3 days deep in them cacks.
I know. I've had the same cacks on for 3 days now. My hole is stinking. Smell of brown.
Oh, Jesus.
But that's because, I didn't expect to be up here for 3 days. You know what I mean?
Do you want a pair of... I have clean boxers with me.
Aye, go on ahead there. Fuck, help me out.
I'm sure we're the same size. Big cock? Nah. All bag and fat ass.
All bagging and I'll rump poop.
Imagine I was like, I do actually have clean boxers there if you're interested.
I've never had a boxer come from my hole though. Never once.
I'm sure mine would fit you.
I know I have a high slit. You've seen it in action before.
The pencil holder at the back there.
Keep all my documents up.
It is hilarious how high up your ass crack
It's
is.
mental. Like it goes halfway up my back.
I know. It's like between your shoulder blades.
It's fucking crazy.
You just got that. You're trying to wipe your arse. Just never ends.
I know.
Just keeps rubbing it right up your back.
Are you a folder or a scruncher? Both?
Yeah.
That thing?
I don't know. I scrunch the top one to go down, and I fold the bottom one to go up. Meet in the middle somewhere. Imagine you had a thong. It'd be about 8 foot long.
Oh Jesus, sir!
Can't puts on a fucking thong.
Fishing string?
It's just like that long. Just to get right. That whale tail at the back. Is it? If you got a tramp stamp, it would be in the back of your neck. Did you want to see? That came out of your fucking hair.
It came out of my cock.
I love how loose your anus is when you fucking tense up and all. Oh my god. Just no core strength at all. Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, right.
Some crack? Any more crack?
Oh no, none at all. we're gonna go here. I have to go to fucking Armagh and do this gig.
I have to go down and skill.
Enjoy the remainder of this podcast with our guest Colum. We're gonna go. Well, you've shit them cactus. You may as well keep them on.
Enjoy Colum. He's very funny.
Oh, he's a funny guy.
Transition.
Check. Well, wait a minute.
Sorry.
All right, all right, Casey.
Scorsese.
Casey, nice shot.
Casey Nice. Casey SLIT.
I'm gonna go again.
That's the name of the podcast, the High Slit. Yes. Right here. Enjoy the rest of the podcast. I'm waiting.
Yeah, like, fuck
I'm
you.
waiting, Armagh. Transition now. Sound effects, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the General Banter podcast. We're having a three-way today. Two very special guests. McCann, who's on the piss,
Yes.
and our blow-in today, Colum Tyrrell.
What's up? How's it
Welcome.
You blow over, is it, from last night?
Yeah, well, I had a hangover I didn't deserve because I had like 5 beers and I woke up feeling like shit in an E-tap.
Yeah.
Which you feel like shit sober, like, but
Yeah, if you slept in an E-tab with no drink in you,
yeah,
you'd wake up like you'd been fucking molested.
it's just dusty.
Anyway, we'll skip all that chat. We'll get right into it. How was Jimmy Fallon?
It's great, yeah.
Because it must be good, because we were talking about it briefly there, but like when you put up that post going, all the fucking worms coming out of
Yeah, someone messaged me going, like, you gotta calm down. I was still drunk, but then, yeah, so I did Jimmy Fallon, which isn't, no one even knows what it is, you know, really over here. I was like, I'm on the Tonight Show. And even I still, like, I've never watched an episode in my life.
Yeah.
So, but I just happened, it was just some random, the scout or talent booker was just at one of the shows one night and he saw me. And I didn't even know who he was. I thought he was a comic and I was like talking to him and shit like that. And then all the other comedians who were on the lineup, they were all nervous and shit. And I didn't know why. And I just had a good set and he handed me, and it's funny because I didn't even give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
And he hands me the card. And
Yeah.
then all these other people are like, what? I've been trying for years. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about this shit.
That's the best. That's the best way to be, though, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy that I got it, and like a lot of people that I don't like, that's their dream.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck at all. It's nice to just get that and be like, oh yeah, you were trying for that, were you?
It was surreal watching it. Like I watched the set like the day after, and fans holding up like your fucking podcast artwork that you made in Canva or something. Like it's a fucking vinyl.
See, when I seen that, I was
Yeah.
like, you have what I have, which is, and no offense, you just look rough forever. Do you know what I
I
mean?
get it, yeah.
Like I have the fucking glasses and hat and all, trying to dress it, just trying to take the fucking Polish drug dealer look off my
Yeah.
face. And Fallon's there holding up that big fucking photo of you like a mugshot.
They should have. You know, it's
Fresh out of jail.
That's my best photo. That's the worst thing
The red
about it.
tracksuit.
Yeah, I
Looking
was
like a Slovakian drug dealer.
I like to think you had the full set, the full Run DMC, like red tracksuit to the floor.
Yeah, looking like
You are very like 80s hip hop now.
I
that I
do
think
look
about
like
it.
a Russian graffiti artist,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, that's the
You
look.
look like everyone in House of Pain. That's what you look like.
I get Russians stop me on the street in New York. They go, "Oh, you're Russian," and I go, "No," and they go, "Oh, okay."
Fuck off.
Tell your face. You look very Russian. I might be. I don't know. Everyone says I look like the Ukrainian president.
Oh, yeah?
What's his name? The
I don't even know who that
Jeselnik? No, what's his name?
Yeah, Tony from Prague.
What is his name?
Slovakia or something. Slovakia.
That's completely...
We should know this. This is like the biggest
but
news.
that, you know what I mean? The war was...
the war.
The war was hot for like a week, wasn't it?
Still going, yeah. Still going.
I was saying they're going to have to start cutting this in the clips for me to pay any attention. This fucking war.
Yeah.
The war on TikTok.
The war on TikTok. Zelensky. Fuck me.
Zelensky. Yeah, I get that a lot. People say I look like him, or then the other Usyk, is it?
The boxer?
The boxer. Yeah, it must be a Ukrainian.
Fucking
Just a
DNA in there somewhere.
It's just yeah, it's just.
You should get that Usyk fucking... You cut the whole hair off and then just leave that wee cat shit.
Oh, yeah,
Fucking
is that what
ponytail on the top.
I thought he had like the old Ronaldo from the fucking World Cup 2002. Remember just the little semicircle on your forehead?
Oh yeah, it's not far off that. I am very Phil. I love the confidence that he speaks. It was just the worst English of all time.
Yeah.
So did you? That's great though. That was actually my feeling whenever when you put that up. First of all, it was like checking the date, see if it was like April Fools, and then I was like,
yeah.
people are gonna, because like when did you leave for New York?
I left in September 2014.
And where were you like comedy career wise then when you left?
So I guess I was like an up and comer or something, I was doing all the clubs and I was doing the festivals, and that was kind of it. And then I had some shit TV credit, remember brutal TV show called the RTE New Comedy Awards.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Is the guy that won that still kicking about?
Sean Nolan.
Yeah.
No, Sean Nolan. The success went to his head. But it's rough.
Clip
it. Oh, we're not allowed to say this? I don't know. What does he listen to it in the fucking...
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
What's he do? He's a Deliveroo driver or whatever now.
He just plows the scooter in the fucking canal.
But he'll even tell you his fuck. He wrote a manifesto, which is like a comedy manifesto, and he sent it to all the comedy industry in the UK before he went to Edinburgh. And it was like, this is how comedy is good, and this is what's bad, and you guys don't know what's good or bad. Like, it was like fucking. And he even said then a year later, it was like, that was a bit much, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, you're on RTE, bro, and the prize was like a fucking weekend in Wexford or something. You know?
A manifesto. Was that him just protecting himself against like
I don't know.
Edinburgh critics?
His idea was that the idea of having like tags to a joke was like hacky. It's like it should be just a setup and a punchline. The punchline's so good that you don't say anything else after that. You just start a new topic or
That's
something.
a guy that's never killed.
Yeah.
You know, like he's never had a crowd like rolling, laughing.
Oh, yeah,
and then
shit
you
your
just keep
pants, yeah.
fucking chugging shit on.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, that's a certain style that
Fuck him. Don't even know him.
There's not more crack than a comedian that dissects comedy. You know.
Oh yeah. I thought that's what we were gonna do for today.
Full of crack.
But that's all the Boston comics are like that, where they'll once they get you laughing, and then it's like bam, 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 and then like people like where they're gasping for air, and you go, well, I've still got another fucking
Oh, yeah.
2
That's great.
minutes.
That's when it's prime, like.
That is it, and that's like a lot of black comedians are like that too in America. That's the guys who like Earthquake and these guys that will change your life. Like I saw Lil Rel one time. You know Lil Rel? He's
hilarious.
He sing Get
Yeah.
Out. Oh, he. It was nuts. I was standing up out of my seat going, what? Like I was walking around. I was like the only white person in the entire room. I go, what? I was getting the Holy Ghost in me.
A lot of guys doing laps around the room.
I swear,
From punchlines.
you've never seen people run around because they're laughing, they're slapping each other.
Everyone's like, damn, this Russian boy loving it. Hilarious. But that must have been fucking, because that fucking shot of you on the show, like that must have been so surreal for people to see. But they're like,
Yeah.
I was just fucking knocking about with this cunt like not that long ago.
But you know what? It changed my opinion of my own, like what people perceive me as, because I know I do like Legion of Skanks and all that crowd, like the sort of anti-PC crowd, and I just hang out with whoever's around, and I just happen to be taken in by that group. But I never really consider myself like this like edgy guy. But I guess I am, because every single person was like, how the fuck are you on that?
No,
Like,
but there's
and
a
people
difference,
even
though.
message me going, do you even have 4 minutes of clean stuff? I was like, I can just not say cunt for a while.
Yeah.
It's like,
But it's
you know.
not like you're talking about like, oh, you can't say anything. It's not like you're being like a meme of someone like that, where it's like they're constantly talking about how woke and snowflake everyone is.
Too edgy for you.
It just
Yeah.
happens
Like,
to
no,
be the
you're
shit you do,
shit.
and you have a crowd for it. You know.
it's more
Yeah.
just like you're on Fallon giving a bit of a clean set, and then someone gives you a follow, and the first clip's called Pussy Farts.
Oh my god! I do love the idea of like some American woman watching you and being like, "Oh my god, he's so charming," and then YouTube's you, and the first bit is like, "I'm actually for abortion, except in cases of rape." They're like, "Where the fuck did this come out of?"
Full Ukrainian there. Full Ukrainian accent. That's great.
Yes, abortion good. Yes.
Abortion good, only sexual rape, yes?
I did get one message off someone on Facebook saying, checked out your other stuff. Not a fan of the cuss words. Very disappointing.
And you're like, "Sorry, Doris."
I said, fuck off.
The cuss words. Jesus Christ.
But everyone started hitting me up, and then all these comedians that have never been fucking like nice to me in any way. Like, you know, they never fuck with you. It's like they're their crew and that's their crew.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they're like, hey, fucking great stuff. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, come do my show. And it's like, fuck you.
But you can see through
Fuck
that.
you.
Like, yeah.
Now, I did make some posts. We were talking about, I made a post, and I guess I was still drunk. Because a couple of hours later, I was like, that's a bit much. I was like, fucking, I was, because everyone kept ringing me, and I'm walking around the room going, fuck that guy, and fuck this guy.
Yeah, it's when they. But that's the sad thing. It's like we were saying this the other day. Like as soon as you're worth something to somebody and they want you on stuff,
Yeah.
that's exactly the point where you don't need anybody anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's
yeah.
like weird.
Yeah, that's,
But I think it happens across the board. As soon as you're like,
as soon as they think there's some value to
yeah.
you, yeah.
but I think that happens to everybody. Sort of as they work their way up.
Yeah, it's the same. It's been the same too with like my podcast has a little bit of traction. compared to most podcasts, I reckon, in New York. It's not big by any means, but so many people then, they've been running shows or whatever for years in New York, and they would never have me on their show.
Yeah.
And now suddenly they have like, for some reason, because they're not funny, they're like, just like, I'll just make my own special. And then they hit me up going, yo, can I promote it on your podcast? I was like, no, you cannot. You cannot come near me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you die the way you deserve to die.
Quietly alone.
Yeah,
In the
exactly.
corner.
Well, that's the problem is now. I love all this DIY stuff, and I've always been a fan of yours because you've always just been ahead of the curve in terms of just making your own shit.
But again, that was necessity.
Yeah,
You know, it's like
yeah. There was no one coming around.
I was always the fucking like the YouTube guy for years, and we like Lavery's Comedy Club was started just because I needed stage time, and then it goes for fucking 10 years, and then it's like the place to do comedy in Belfast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then everyone's trying to get in there now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just that thing. Like fucking.
Yeah, you just got to make your own shit. But now the problem is now it's like, you know, a lot of people just like, oh, you know, the industry won't fuck with me, and you're like, yeah, it's because you're shit. It's like, I was like, no, you got to make my own stuff. It's like, stop making your own stuff. Just give up. Just get it.
Stop doing comedy.
No, because people are like, I'm just going to record my special, you know, and you're like, no, don't do that.
That's the thing. The Schultz effect has trickled down the whole industry, and then people think they have to do stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I'm going to shoot a special. And you're like, it's not very special anymore. You know what I mean? You don't need an hour of stand up online. Like,
You should be, but people are, because there's something about recording your own special and putting it out there, and then if it doesn't quite get success, you kind of go, well, no one watches it, so you're not getting a bunch of people going, this is shit. And then if it doesn't take off, you're kind of like, you know, it's the algorithm and it's the thing. You constantly, but like, most people don't even have a rejection letter from Netflix. Like, if you're recording a special, you should at least be able to figure out a way to get it in front of Netflix for them to be like, no, I don't want it. You know, you should at least be getting those rejection letters. Like, that's what happened with Schultz. Schultz was like, they all said no. So he's like, well, I want to put it out no matter what. Mm-hmm. And Schultz wasn't the first person to do it by any means, but he makes it sound like he was.
because that's what you do nowadays, isn't it? You shoot it and then you shop it about.
Yeah.
You don't go to Netflix and be like, can I have fucking, you know, $500,000 here to shoot a special or whatever?
But
you just kind of shoot it. That's why the Chris Stefano one was like, at the end, he was like, cheers for coming out the special. It might be on Netflix. Who the fuck knows? You know, didn't know where the fuck it was going. So is New York like that? Just dead clicky and fucking bitchy?
Yeah, it is clicky and bitchy. Every comedian like hates each other behind each other's back. Not hate each other, but they're always just like, yo, fuck that guy. But I'm like that about my best friends going, oh, he stinks. He stinks. Come on, do my show, will you?
I find like doing stand-up, it's, you know, it's definitely whoever is the most sound you just end up hanging about with.
Yeah.
Even if you like their comedy or not.
Yeah.
There's plenty of guys that are funny and you're like, this cunt is insufferable. You know? But he's good, but he's a fucking wanker. Like,
Yeah. In the world that I'm in, though, those guys, those sort of like Hollywood, hey, how are you? Pieces of shit don't really survive, you know.
is that an East Coast thing?
There are a few, but they normally go to the West. Yeah, they normally go West Coast. And
I was going to say, like, that seems like a very... I have no experience of it at all, but like LA would be a lot more fun.
Yeah, and I
Network,
don't have a lot.
Take my card. And
I don't have a lot of experience in LA, but that's what I'm told. But even in New York, you'll see these young guys come up to you and be like, "Oh man, good to see you again," and you're like, "I've never met you."
Oh, yeah, that is.
There's no fuck, and they're like, "Oh, Colum," and you're like, "I don't know who you are." Yeah. Get away from me.
Do you say that? I would say that.
Sometimes.
Who is this asshole?
Yeah, but then what happens is like, oh look, it's fuck this prick, right? And then everyone's like, well, relax, he's new, he's young, or whatever. And then he's on SNL next week, and I have to apologize and go, sorry, I didn't know you were going to be successful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was mean to you. I thought you.
I thought you were dog shit.
Yeah. Now you're crawling back to people. Hey, do you want to do my show? Do you want to do my podcast, bro?
Come to the podcast, yeah.
What's it like doing like the Fallon thing? Is it like, you know, the actual day of the shit? Like, do you have to practice that set like fucking 10 times before you go up?
Yeah, it's a pain in the fucking... So the way it happened with me was they saw me live and he was like, he handed me his card and I emailed him and he goes, you were good, I'd like to have you on. But like, they say that to loads of people, you know? So that's like, I would never believe any of this stuff until it actually happens. And then he was like, I like this joke. He literally told me the jokes he liked. So I was like, that's fine, I'll just do those, you know? I didn't want to go through the whole pushback. It's like, what about this one and that one? So I did them.
What about pussy farts, big man? What was saying?
Jimmy, I love that.
Jimmy, I love it. Do you see Fallon much during the recording of the thing? Or do you
No,
just
not at all.
Oh, you just walk out and meet him then?
I literally didn't meet him until he came over and shook my hand.
Fuck me.
But usually they come around and knock on the door and he'll like in the green room and say hello or whatever. But he didn't do that to me because they had Miles Teller on.
Oh yeah.
So
That's actually a bastard.
Did you meet him?
I didn't, but my girl said she saw him reading a book somewhere.
Loser.
I know, yeah. He gets so much pussy, that guy, that he's just like a nerd now.
He's got
so much funny you started reading.
Could you imagine?
Getting sucked off.
He has his Top Gear uniform on, dude.
What's the catering like out there? You know, for the bag of fans.
Did you say Top Gear?
Did I?
Top Gun?
Top Gun. Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very different movie.
Got a Jeremy Clarkson t-shirt on.
Big fan.
Richard Hammond on the fighter pilot.
Yeah, the Sting. It says the Sting.
Full helmet on.
But what's the treats like in the back? You know, the
Good. Yeah. Are you joking?
No, I'm not even.
Fuck.
I knew that's where you were gonna go.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
They spread out the back.
Pretzels, what we're talking
They had a
about.
good spread. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of like chocolate chip cookies
Jesus Christ.
from a place called Milk. They're pretty good, and then just like some cheese and shit like that. Yeah,
Nice.
It was solid enough. Yeah,
That's right. That would have been my downfall.
Yeah.
I'd have been walking out on stage. Like,
someone said that too. They're like, don't fill up too much before you head out.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I wasn't fucking too hungry either. But then the people I was with, they were all drinking fucking red wine, and I would have had a drink, but I didn't want to fucking have red tea. Fucking like, you know, like a divorced fucking 52-year-old woman. It was-
Come out on a fluffy nighty.
just
no.
crying.
Or I come out, you know, there's a stain down my top.
Men are bastards.
Listen, don't settle too young.
McCann, you'd be out fucking chocolate all over your face.
Had a fucking chicken chow mein stain on my
Yeah.
t-shirt.
Yeah, Jimmy goes to shake your hand. You go, no, this one is fucking chocolate.
An old cum stain on my dickies. Fucking. I look like a mess. I look like shit. Like, we need all these lights.
Is
They-
Fallon
they-
a madman for the he loves a fucking.
He loves a beer,
going
yeah.
on the rip. Eh?
Yeah, I've just heard over the years. I don't know if he's still like this. I still think so. He just gets ripped up. He's notorious. Like if there's back in the day, there's SNL parties, he'd be like on the bar, fucking going nuts. And
He just turn up, you know, to host the show with a fucking broken arm and then a broken finger, and
yeah.
then just
Who
every
knows
week
it?
he's eating shit.
You wouldn't even know how many black eyes the guy has because they just fucking put the makeup on. But yeah, he's a booze hound. But he's like the best one. He's a legend of them all. And it's tough. That show's tough because they're playing to like just the lowest common denominator constantly. Don't do anything this side or that side. Like even for me, for the set, they were like, don't mention COVID.
Really?
They just said don't even mention it. I don't know if that was because they were like, we're sick of it, but I reckon it sparks like fights.
Yeah.
You know? So they're like, don't be pro or anti-vax. Just don't even mention it because, you know.
my God.
And I had a couple of little things they made me take off because they were like, that's a little harsh, that's a little this or whatever.
Yeah, you can't say faggot.
They bleep it out.
Was late with a beep.
But yeah, I wouldn't have, if it was up to me, I wouldn't have had that. And then the set's smaller, so it's like you're taking like little minutes of like, or little parts of like a full, like probably 10-minute bit, or jokes, 10 minutes worth of jokes I'd like just squash down. So there's like parts of it that were just like fizzled out, or like, or punchlines that I made up, kind of hoping that would be the end of the fucking joke. But
It went really well though. Like, there's a bit even where the camera pans to a certain angle of you, and I think
Yeah.
it's about what you're talking about. Getting a visa.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Fallon's like fucking black guy watching magic. He just does like a full 180 in his office chair.
yeah, well, again, I wonder how much of that is real.
That's-
You know what
that's,
I mean? I did hear him. I wish I turned around and was like, will you relax?
Will you fuck up?
Fuck's sake.
Jim, will you?
I'm in the middle of something here, Jimmy. James. Jimbo.
Can we get this set finished? But that's all he's done his whole career. He was stealing a living on fucking this. He would just stand beside like Will Ferrell or something, like
Yeah.
pissing himself laughing. He hasn't said a word in fucking 6 years.
You know what was good though, because they did rehearsals, so we were like in the green room watching them do rehearsals, and they're like practicing with wigs and they're fucking up the lines, and then Jim's like, this wig sucks. Like he's like complaining, going, get a better fucking wig than this, and then next thing you know, we see them cutting up wigs in the back and all that stuff. Like it was funnier. It's a funnier show to watch them fuck up lines and all this stuff.
Unreal.
And like, and it's a funny set. Like they have. The room is funny. Like when they're doing rehearsals, everyone's making jokes constantly. Like it's
Yeah.
a funny environment. Sometimes sometimes when I'm setting up a podcast, you know, it gets mad, just quiet and sterile. So I'm trying to make. So there was like one part they have some stupid sketch where he shotguns a beer, and like they asked for a sound effect, like, or whatever, and they were like, yeah, and he went to do it, and they were like in the middle of the set. Honestly, it was fucking funny. I was like, that's funnier than the sketch that's going to be on the show later on.
How long is the actual recording? Like, how long are you actually there for?
I
the
was
whole
there
time?
all fucking day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a long ass fucking day. It's annoying because I'm not like the talent. Whereas like all these other guys, they'll just come in, go straight in, do their thing, fuck off. Whereas they had me in there like 4 o'clock. The show, I wasn't going on stage till like 6:30 or something.
It's a lot of cookies.
That's a lot of cookies. Yeah, we brought some home. Do you want me to fucking
I
send
do
you?
Fucking kilo of cheese. Are you doing the Skank Fest thing?
Yeah, I'm doing Skankfest. Yeah.
Did you say you were going to do one of those mushroom shows?
I might do the mushroom show. Yeah.
You take mushrooms, do the show?
I think that's what it is. Yeah, I'll
Fuck
see
me.
what the deal is. I'll probably be on mushrooms anyway, so I might as well do some.
Have you done shrooms much?
Over the years, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never done much on stage or anything though.
Have you been?
But Skankfest is like doesn't really matter what you do, man.
Yeah.
It's like those like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. fucking shows at the Fringe where it's kind of like just go up there and fuck around,
fuck
and
about, yeah.
put blackface on and do whatever you want.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out to it.
So you said blackface. It's like absolutely.
We're gonna need more polish.
The blackface and cookies.
Be a fella with a fucking roller up the side of your head. Like,
You, first time I ever seen someone who has half a face black and then goes in.
just ran out of
We ran
fucking
out.
paint. A team of 4 Mexicans spray paint.
You can't get cancelled for half blackface. You know what I mean? It's just Braveheart.
Which half? You racist bastard. You're like, hold on. Back to normal. You said we were in a car one night driving. We've basically been living together for about a month now with these fucking tour gigs. But remember, we were heading back one night and he's like, fuck, wouldn't it just be a gift to be a black comedian?
Yeah.
And then we just started doing each other's material in the sort of
black-
standard black voice. It was killing.
nice.
It was
By the
killing
way,
in the
yeah,
car.
Of
like,
course.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
Stand on those all
Would be.
around.
Yeah. Nah,
Dropping a few M-bombs in there.
the
You
M-bomb
didn't have to you didn't need to do blackface that night, you know, in the car in the dark.
But the M-bomb gets you out of trouble with a joke. Like it's just a nice little full stop.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
like we went to see Chappelle in Dublin, and Donnell.
how many fucking comics are on that though? How many comedians are on that?
It's like 4.
Every time Chappelle posts a photo, there's 14 fucking.
No, this was just Donnell, Michelle Wolf, and Marshall. Somebody I can't remember his name, but Donnell. I mean, like
He was
Donnell.
unreal.
talking about
Donnell.
murder, like
Oh yeah.
because he was dropping a lot of ends, but
Yeah.
at the end of very funny shit, like.
Yeah, I wish I could quote some of his jokes
Yeah.
without saying it, but like,
Even when he came out to that French Montana song,
Yeah.
you know, N-word, I'm worried about nothing, and he just kept shouting it and putting the
Yeah,
mic in people's face, and all these white people are like, oh,
Trying to get the camera guy to say
that
it and
camera
shit.
guy fucking ran away with the camera in him.
Donnell's the best. One of my favorite Donnell moments. There's like an urban or a black room where I would go do open mics because it's like a real open mics in America aren't real. Like, you know, it's just like 45 comedians. You all do a minute. You sign up for like your name in a hat. Whereas over here, like an open mic is just like
It's a show.
it's
like.
just that the audience is told, just so you know, someone's either doing his first set or we're all working on some new shit, and you get it for half price or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's the funny thing. Like my first ever open mic in Dublin, it was like I did 10 minutes and there was like 30 people. They all paid $10 or €10 to get in, and now an open mic over here is fucking, or in New York is fucking brutal.
Well, when you first went to New York, what was the mic circuit like out there? Like whenever you were first starting out, like you had no connections or anything like that?
Yeah, it was shy. It was just like that. It was like you would pay. I would pay like $5 to go up and do 3 minutes in front of fucking a bunch of fucking other retards.
And how long were you like in that before you started noticing fucking like you were getting in, like,
Forever,
clubs
man.
and shit?
Forever, yeah. It wasn't until I started getting into the podcast scene that I just stopped doing all those open mics. But the open mics are good just to meet people and figure out how to navigate the scene, kind of. But like most people there, like I'd already been doing comedy for 3 years, so like most of those guys were like it was like early on. But like I'm listening to them like.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know, I was reading this thing. You shouldn't be looking at your feet on stage or whatever. or they'd be just telling you these stories you've heard. You know, it's like, you know, Louis used to do a different type of act, and then one day he changed it. And I was like, yeah, I know all this shit. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, but I would still, and I wish, but it's gone now. I'd still go up to Harlem and do these black room open mics because they're a real show. There's like 45 people there, and it's fun. But I showed up one night and I didn't realize there was like a competition. So there was all these comedians just going up, and they're all auditioning for like a YouTube channel or something. And the guys go up and they bomb their ass out. There's 3 guys in a row and they all pretty much bomb. And Donnell is there watching them because he just shows up because he was just going to work some stuff out. And then I'll say ninjas if he ever says if he says the N word, all right, just so you can work it out. But he showed up and they were like, we got a special drop in. This guy's the best. He's been on the Chappelle show. He's been on it for years. And he came up and then he sent his first thing. And this is in the middle of like a brand new act competition. He just goes, hate to interrupt the competition, guys, but none of y'all ninjas are gonna make it. Straight and the girl goes, what? Like the girl goes, bro. He goes, they ain't laughing, ninja. He goes, they ain't laughing. He goes, stop telling the joke if they ain't laughing. They didn't laugh at the beginning. They ain't laughing at the end. What the fuck, motherfucker? And he goes, you, the fat one, you ain't too bad, you fat motherfucker. Like, and he's just, again, crucifying.
Killer. You know what I mean?
Crucifying.
No jokes.
But that's his, I'm sure he bombed bad sometimes too, but like, that's his whole thing. It's like, wait, that's what I'm talking about in terms of killing in a room.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't understand. People write their jokes where they go, this is my setup and this is my punchline, and then they'll tell it and the audience are like, that's not good, but then they go, well, I've already written it, so I gotta keep saying it. Whereas if you said that to Donnell, he doesn't even make any sense to it. Like, he wouldn't even, because that's what he's saying. He goes, they're not laughing, stop telling the joke. Like, it's like, it seems like the most easiest thing in the world, but someone's like, but that's all I have. Like, I don't have any other options here.
I know. I think
He murdered that day. He murdered, and then he was making fun of Old Town Road. Remember that song?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
take
Lil Nas.
my he was making little ninja Nas he was calling him, and he was just murdering, and he was singing the song, and he was stopping and doing all this stuff.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You should have seen him at the fucking 3 Arena. He had like, I think he got like a piss take, sort of Conor McGregor style suit with the pants fucking cut off like here with the big red socks and all. He came out fucking.
Did he?
Yeah, they were fucking walking.
Yeah, but that's a guy like I couldn't share a car with him, you know, because I've like been around him and he's just like nuts all the time.
Yeah.
Like, he's constantly on, just screaming and shouting, and you're like, give it a break, will you?
I know, it's that energy though.
And he
isn't
speaks Korean. You know that? Imagine seeing him.
Oh yeah, was that like an army thing or
Yeah,
something?
he was based in Korea or something for a while. He's like a fucking mad story. Like, it's almost like something of a movie where he would show up. He used to show up to a show and just heckle for the whole show. That was
my
like,
God.
he goes every Wednesday. I would go, and he would consider it his show. He would show up and just make fun of the comedians for the whole time. And he said, I used to bring in an audience. And he even said he went to the booker and goes, you got to start paying me to come in here and heckle these shows. And the guy
That's one way to get yourself going in New York. Is just fucking.
DC or Philly or wherever the fuck he's from, yeah. But like, and then one day one of the comedians was like, if you're so fucking funny, go up and do it. And he went up and he just crushed it, and then that was it.
God.
And then like, you know, he never even thought about it.
You'd love one of those stories where someone's like, yeah, come on up, see how fucking funny you are.
Yeah,
Murder.
They said that with
fucking bang.
Patrice was the same thing. Patrice was like the doorman or something, and he was making fun of someone on stage. And then they were like, why don't you give it a go? He goes, all right, and then just crushed it, and you go, fuck.
He's just one of the best comedians of all time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. He used to go by Bruiser or something. His name used to be Patrice.
What's
Bruiser?
Bruiser, yeah.
Bruiser was his original name, yeah.
Oh, don't tell me that. I have that guy as a legend in my head.
If your name was Patrice, you'd fucking switch it up. Sounds like
He's on the stage of the butcher.
somebody's auntie at a fucking wake. It's Patrice making the tea. It's Patrice. She making the tea.
Triangle, no, not square.
No, that's square shit. Your auntie Patrice is here. Hey, you're smoking in the house now. Smokes everywhere. It's her only vice. Let her have it. She's divorced. Fuck's sake. What sort of who are your favourite sort of comedians that you see knocking about in New York? Or are you jaded once you move there? You're just like, fuck these guys.
I'm a bit I guess when you're right beside it, I don't think you sort of notice it as much, you know what I mean? Like Shane, everyone loves Shane, but I see Shane all the time. I've seen all his act, so it's like I don't like everyone talks like, oh, he's the best ever. I was like, I don't know, I just know him. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult when you know these like Bobby Kelly, who's an animal. You know Bobby Kelly?
Bobby Kelly's great.
Robert Kelly, yeah, he's like one of those old school guys from like the Cellar days. But like he's like that with Burr. I've heard him talk about Burr, and he's like, Burr's not one of the best of all time. Like, but the two of them lived together for years, you know.
I saw Bobby Kelly in is it the Fat Black Pussycat?
Yeah.
It was one of the Saturday venues, and it was packed out, and he was just doing like an hour. He was just running an hour. But I think it's the most consistent I've seen anybody kill ever.
He's a murderer.
It was unbelievable. Like,
He has a new special coming out on Louis' channel. The problem with a lot of these murderers is like they do it so well in the room, it doesn't get captured on TV or on camera or audio.
Yeah.
So like Donnell, it's very hard to find anything that shows how funny he can be. You know,
Yeah.
because by the time you watch it, you lose some of the magic.
We talk about it all the time, but the only time I've seen it done well is David Tell's Roadwork special.
Oh yeah,
Because the fucking cameraman's on the stage and it's all fucking
Yeah.
moving about and shit, and it gets the energy. It's not like just
Yeah.
like a stationary camera just watching some dude on stage.
I think Earthquake special on Netflix, the most recent one, was fucking incredible.
Yeah, that
Did you
captured it
see
well.
That
Yeah.
really did, because Earthquake's a good example of that in terms of a guy who murders so much in the room, and then when you see it, you're kind of like, what the like? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's just something you miss.
Yeah.
But
That's
then
Brian Earthquake for anyone at home wanting to listen.
Stevie Earthquake's youngest.
you know, but then you got people like do you know Sam Morril?
Yeah.
Like, Sam Morril's like a very joke guy. But
So
like,
it translates well to TV?
You don't miss a single thing live and at home. It's the exact same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, here's the thing: is Sam Morril will never like kill as hard as Donnell Rawlings ever. Like, it just won't happen. But when you're at home, you're not losing anything on the joke. So there's like whatever.
There's all sorts of shit going on, you know, like the energy that like Donnell has.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But and he's
You
feeding
can't
off.
sit there and do like one-liners.
No.
Like, what the fuck? Like shouting all the place. You're choked there when I said it. But it is funny that
That was Donnell doing Scatman John. there.
it is funny, like that proximity thing. Like when you're hanging about with people and you're like, oh, you know, that's just fucking a mate of mine.
Yeah,
and everyone
yeah,
thinks
yeah.
the best. I remember seeing a clip of Patrice O'Neill talking about Kevin Hart. And he's like the biggest comedian in the world or something. He goes, "That's Lil Kev."
Yeah.
What? Like he was so confused as to why he was this
Yeah,
fucking
Lil
skull.
Kev the bastard, they used to call him apparently.
The bastard of the bruiser.
He was getting called-
that was his name.
He was getting called a bastard when he was knocking about Belfast for 3 months. People were like, see about to fucking turn up to see us, bastard, one more time.
And my Tesco's.
Sit through that shit one more time, you bastard. Keep me waiting.
When he started off, that was his stage name, Lil Kev the Bastard. And then he showed up to New York and they all made fun of him so much, he was like, oh, I'll just be Kev, I guess.
Imagine that now, like, you know, you see all these fucking Netflix movies coming out, starring
Lil Kev the Bastard.
Lil Kev the Bastard, Dwayne the Bastard.
Dwayne the Cunt Johnson.
Oh, fuck. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's tough to
Unbelievable
carry.
times.
It's tough to have like almost like a wrestling gimmick stage name. That's tough. Like, is there any acts right now that have that?
No, I don't think so.
Call him
Not
you're
the-
the Russian Tyrrell.
The Ukrainian savior.
Ukrainian who?
Zelensky over here. That's fucking mad.
Yeah, so but like there's loads of Attell's funny. I never even knew about Attell until I moved to New York, and then everyone's like, "Oh, Attell,
Oh, he's
or whatever." And I've never been like a huge fan of him. Like, I think he's funny, but he's never really been like that for me. I prefer more like the storytelling guys. But I've seen him at the Cellar, like when it hits at the Cellar, like proper. It's like 2 a.m. and the crowd's dying down, and he goes up and he just like sits on the stool and he's like making fun of the crowd and he's bouncing off the host, and it's just like, it works. It's like working in a fucking symphony or something like that. It's like, honestly, it's beyond words like how good he can be.
Yeah,
and then once I
there's
saw
something-
that, I went, holy shit, that was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. Just 20 minutes of just a
Yeah.
fucking master knowing exactly how to do all that shit.
Oh yeah, it's great.
He does that thing where like he tells the jokes like they're dying on their hole, but they're killing. So he's like, no, okay, moving on. You know, he just keeps like, and then every joke just splits off into fucking 3 other punchlines, and then splits off again. He just keeps fucking rolling.
I remember, one of the first times I met him, I was hosting a show and he popped in. And then, like, I'm standing to the side because everyone's like, oh, just hang out because he'll start bouncing stuff off the hosts because whatever. And then I remember I was standing there and he brought up something about a dog or something. And he's like, Colum. I was like, yeah. He goes, do you ever have a dog growing up? And I was like, no. And he went, what about you or something? And then I just watched for the rest of the show. He never talked to me again.
On fucking Gumtree trying to buy a puppy.
I was like, why?
Motherfucker.
I could have said anything, but no. I'm like, yeah, Labrador, 6 of them, fucking anything. Fuck's sake.
God.
Yeah, and then another time I was at the Cellar and I was just watching, and he goes like, how was COVID in Ireland? And I was like, I was bad, yeah. And he goes, great improv, and then just moved on. And I just had to sit there. One of the best comics of all time just smashes me in front of the whole room.
That's great.
It's funny.
Did he ask in front of people? I thought he was having a genuine
this,
conversation.
This is off. No, this is on. He's on stage and I'm watching from the side.
Oh,
and he goes, "How was COVID in Ireland?" He was like, "How were lockdowns in Ireland? They were bad." And he went, great improv.
That's the problem with these fucking ancient comedians. We did it forever. That's all they know. They just
Yeah.
can't even have a fucking conversation.
Yeah.
You had a great thing though, when like I went to see your show on St. Patrick's Day in the stand.
Oh, that was a solid night.
and it was
wasn't
like you were doing a thing where you were hosting, and then after the act had finished, you'd go on and speak with them, be like, "How you think
Yeah.
that went?" You know, and it was like Nick Mullen and fucking.
Oh yeah.
like
Nick
you had a
was there.
stacked line up that night.
Who else was on it? I don't even know. But Nick's funny too, because I don't think me and him get on well. Like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's some people you just don't have that little
Yeah, for
connection.
sure.
And I think I was like that with Nick, and then I went, "All right, Nick, well, get the fuck out of here." Yeah. Well, Nick's the type of guy you just want to let him just talk, and then you just watch.
Do you have a
him.
dog growing up, Nick, or what's the crack?
And he went, "Yeah," and I went,
Fuck off.
Great improv." Well, laddie, fucking die. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, fucking boo-hoo, bitch.
Yeah, look, I don't know. It's weird. Like, the only thing with New York is like, you know, you kind of just, they do have like your pay your dues, and everyone has their generation, you know. And it's funny for me now, because like the next generation of the biggest comics for sure, like Tim Dillon, and then you got like Shane for sure, and all these other guys, even like Andrew Santino that I know, and all. It's like it's nuts to know all these cunts, and like they're all texting me or whatever, and then I still can't afford me rent. But like, I am surrounded by like the next big generation of American comics. You know,
They're all
I'm just sort of
based, like-
hoping that they'll fucking drop some fucking scraps on the floor.
Oh, they absolutely
catch a
will.
chicken wing every now and again.
I love Tim Dillon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Tim's
great.
the man. Yeah, it was funny because he posted something after the set. It was like fucking one of the best sets they've done in a while. Colum, and I was like, that's like a better like endorsement than the fucking Fallon set actually.
I remember going to see him in Dublin, and just fucking at the end of the set, you know, he came out and fucking waving and all, and I took a photo and just wrote "based" and shared it, and that was the only thing he re-shared,
Oh really? Yeah.
and I was like,
Wait, blue check?
no.
You know? Oh.
I can't fucking get one. I don't know what's going on. I have to bring the pages of people like just ripping off clips and fucking videos and stuff. I don't know how to get a fucking
Yeah, I
blue
don't
tick
know.
around
Yeah,
here.
yeah, if it was a blue check, Tim would be sharing it for sure. Tim loves that. Tim loves a blue check.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't even mind. He doesn't follow me on Instagram. There he's tweeting, "Oh, what a murderer this guy is." I'm not following him.
Yeah. Not sexy enough, bro.
No, I'm too old. He did. I think he did. I remember when I first met him when I was like young, 24, skinny kid. He was like, "Oh man, call him." And as soon as you get a little bit chubby and older, he's like, "Get the fuck out of here. You're on the shelf."
He's the fucking DiCaprio of fucking young boys.
Yeah,
Blue checks and twinks only.
Yeah. What are you, 22? Get the fuck out of my house.
You decrepit fuck.
yeah.
I just imagine he just, you know, fucking sitting at a big feast, and like just
Yeah.
some young guy comes over, he's like, and get going, he's back into the steak.
Yeah, you know. Tim's eating a turkey leg while some boy with a giant feather is fucking beside him.
Just some young dude with a fucking toga.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
just being fed sushi.
Well, yeah.
He's big fucking. You're right, bro!
Fucking strawberry ice. Take me out.
Yeah. Fucking Jimmy Fallon here. Look at this.
Strawberry ice, take me out. Fucking take you to A&E. What's wrong? Well, he's on the strawberry and kiwi.
Jesus.
The vapes, man, they're killing him, for fuck's sake. So what are you over for this time? What are you home for at the minute? I know that always sounds fucking rude when people are like, what are you doing here, bro?
Oh yeah, well I'm doing some dates.
Oh yeah, oh yes. This
I've
is
got a
the-
little Irish tour. A little Irish tour. I'm doing dates in where am I going? Glasgow, Liverpool, London, Dublin. I'll be up in Belfast. I'm doing Laverty's. If anyone wants to buy tickets, go to columtyrrell.com. They're all tiny venues, so they will sell out pretty much. I'm pretty sure Dublin's almost sold out. So
What are you doing in Dublin?
Wheeling,
Nice.
one of the new rooms. They have like a new.
Oh yeah,
room.
wee Whelan's.
Is it Whelan's?
Wee
It's like a
Whelan's,
new
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
They said, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's
nice.
I wanted to just do a small. I could probably do 2 shows or whatever. The stress of that kills me.
Yeah.
Like going, oh fuck, did I get too big of a room or whatever, you know? So please come out, check me out live. That's in December.
Go
That'll be in December. Yeah, so I need to start coming back home too, you know? We fucking get the parents. The parents will die, and then I'll be fucking sad. So I gotta come back. Check
That
them
took a
out.
turn.
You have a dog or? Do you have a dog or?
As soon as the parents croak it, I'll be home.
Nah, yeah.
Live at Whelan's. Before the funeral. Fuck yeah. And you dropped the woman off at the Titanic Museum?
I did, yeah.
Oh, she'll love that.
What is it? Just a bunch of photos?
Yeah. There's fucking nothing there.
They just made it. They go, the world's most famous shit ship.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's
The there's like there's one photo of some guy, and I don't even know if it was the Titanic. I can't remember. There was like two fucking ships or something sank, and there's a photo of this guy, and you look at him and you're like, that is just the 1902 version of some mad bastard that they let in charge of a ship, like. Just a face on him, like
Pure cowboy.
we'll go round this iceberg. Well, what?
Drift runner.
What else is that to do up in Belfast? Or there's no other tourist shit, is there? The murals.
Murals, yeah. But
you'll drive by
if you've
them.
got a car, I would just drive around. I wouldn't do the fucking tour. What else can you do in Belfast?
Well, you gotta just create something. Just go look. Here's a bunch of photos of the Titanic.
Yeah, you got. What have you got? W5. If you're in the Game of Thrones. If you're 5 years old, you can go to W5. But like, oh, it looks like a dinosaur. You got Game of Thrones is a big tourist thing over here.
Was it? Yeah.
But again, it was like.
Oh, what did they have? Like the fucking throne made of swords.
Yeah, they
or
had
whatever.
that. Where's that thing? Where's that centre? Banbridge, which is Middle Earth. Like they try and get the Banbridge.
Jesus.
You get a free glass of mead with that.
Yeah, man, Stokes.
No, but they fucking shafted. But there's like several locations in Northern Ireland where you can get a fucking tour bus to it, and they go, they shot like 3 seconds of an episode.
It's just a field, yeah.
At this harbour or whatever. Or the Dark Hedges is a good one. It's a road with the trees go like this.
You'll never forget it.
You never forget it. You turn up and there's just fucking 9,000 Japanese people at it, just lapping it up. What about Japanese people with just like fucking $8,000 worth of camera gear on them at all times?
And 19 pockets.
Yeah, here, bro. These are Japanese shoes, bro. Look at them. It's moon boots. Yeah. That's what they do. You get some fucking 16-year-old Japanese girl with like a Sony AS fucking, what is it, 7S or something? Like, who's paying for that?
Yeah.
Giant lens. Are they? No,
Is
they're
it
slipping.
They've improved to iPhones, is it? Nice.
These motherfuckers. Yeah, so you've dumped her off at the Titanic. What else is there to do? Are you hanging about today?
No.
Nah, fucking don't blame you.
You guys can't even think of something to do. I'm gonna drive by the Europa and go, they bombed that a lot.
Yeah.
And get the fuck out of here.
Fancy going to Dublin? No. No, me and McCann usually just go to some fucking Asian place and just drown ourselves in noodles. That's the daily
It's got
routine.
good food though, right? Belfast is like
It's good.
It is, yeah. Decent food these days, right?
It does have good food, yeah. But other than that, shithole.
Yeah.
What was the weather like in New York when you left?
It was alright. Yeah.
You're not like you're coming home, but you fly into Ireland and you're like, oh, here we are.
Oh, well, it's fucking lashing with rain today. It's epoxy. I don't know how anyone can stay here. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not used to it anymore. Like the fucking lashing rain.
Do you feel the greyness?
It's just there's a greyness to it. I wish I was just in a pub fucking drinking Guinness, to be honest.
Yeah.
But here, I'll tell you this though, like people are like, oh, Irish food. People always all internationally, everyone's like, Irish food stinks. It's like, it's great when you're caught in the fucking rain all day and your fucking stew will burn your fucking lungs off your fucking tits.
Yeah. Burn your lungs of your tits.
Burn the lungs off your tits.
Come down to Desi McCrappy's where the stew will burn the lungs of your tits.
Yeah. Ireland's most east fucking pub. Every fucking pub has like some weird thing. It's like, wow, we're the tallest pub, the smallest pub, the roundest pub.
The best pub in the Southwest radius, right
There's
here.
about 18 highest pubs in Ireland, isn't there? Like
Or the oldest. They're all like, I'm the oldest. They're all claiming to be the oldest pub.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Coolio died. Rest in peace.
Oh shit, yeah.
And there was what bar was it in Dublin? He was on the bar, like fucking singing. Everyone's going nuts.
Kind of, yeah. But it's been sad for Coolio. Like like everyone has these like stories. There's like, oh, Coolio was the man. He fucking came to our college in Manchester and he stayed for the weekend. And so he had nowhere to go. Like he was just couch surfing for the last 10 years.
Well, that's it. The big story here was, well, not the big story, but there was a bit of controversy at the time. He was playing the Empire, I think, and me and Shane Todd were in Nero, and we walked outside. And he goes, "Fuck, that's Coolio. We'll get a photo." And I was like, "Okay." And he's just fucking standing there smoking, aggressive as fuck, just eyeballing everybody. And Shane's like, "Let's get a photo." And we walk towards him, and Shane just like falls back, and then I'm just walking up towards Coolio, like, "Right, bro." And I look back, and Shane's not even there yet. I'm like, "What's happening, man? What the fuck are you doing here? Can we get a photo?" And he's like, yeah. Just kept smoking. Yeah. And then that night did the show, and then was at a house party doing a fucking load of gear in Castle Derg.
No. He played Castle Derg.
He was in Castle Derg. Like,
yeah.
Where the fuck is that even? Where's that near?
It's not too far from Oma.
Is it?
Yeah.
What a kip.
He's in the Derg.
In the dark, me and Mickey did a gig there
Well,
once.
he's just been traveling doing the fucking like these like weird college circuits for years now, and like I read multiple different stories of him making dinner for everyone at a party. Like he'll go to someone's house and you'll send them to the store and no, get this, and he's like makes like 20 people a lasagna, and it's like this is his shtick. Like this is how he gets fed. He's like, here's a story. You want to get a casserole by Coolio?
Absolutely.
The real gangster's paradise.
And then he stays
gangster's
on the
paradise.
couch for the weekend and goes, all right, I gotta make him to fucking West fucking wherever the fuck.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was like, yeah,
It's a
but
273 to the Durg. It actually kind of sounds a lot like my life, to be honest.
the college circuit, yeah.
Just the fucking the admin of like buying snapbacks and having to cut a hole in the top to get the 3 dreadlocks through. He's got the Usyk. He's got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dreadlock Usyk.
Yeah, it's like a Japanese warrior, right? Isn't that little fucking thing on the top?
Yeah,
You should get that, McCann.
I should get that.
Just the fucking like moonscape and then just one wee ponytail on the top.
Call myself the butcher. Start doing gigs.
How much money would you need to get a mohawk?
I don't even know if the boys would know how to cut that.
No? Would you get one for
But
Skank?
like no one's gotten that since ever.
Like if you're going to Skankfest, would you get a fucking
That'd
mohawk?
be solid.
I'd probably
yeah.
do something stupid at Skankfest. Yeah,
Take a bunch of mushrooms, let me shave your head.
get some shrooms, have a tattoo. There's a tattoo artist now there, isn't there?
Oh,
Just giving
24
out-
hours. Yeah, everyone's getting the worst tattoos of their life.
You get any shitty tattoos at Skankfest?
Will I get one?
Yeah, have you got one?
No.
No?
Well, I've gotten shitty tattoos, but never at Skankfest like that. You know?
What was like a real funny story from the last Skankfest in Austin?
You should have fucking sent that to me to prep. I
Oh,
don't fucking I don't know. What?
Guy was on mushrooms for 4 days.
Fucking tell me. Tell us right here. The improv here is not strong. This one.
No,
Just Jesus Christ.
There
You have a
was-
dog?
There was one fucking night, one of the first nights we were there. The very first night we were there, I was trying not to drink because it's a long weekend.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then fucking Tommy Pope, he's a comedian, comes up to me and he's like, "Here, do you want to do some shrooms?"
He's funny as fuck.
And then I was like, yeah. I was like, that's a lot, isn't it? He's like, no. I did the same thing. He's like, they're weak or whatever. And I took them. And then next thing you know, I just like, we're watching karaoke, and I just like fucking fold into the wall that's on shrooms because like and all the shadows. And I went, these are not light at all. And next thing you know, then Shane Gillis comes, puts his hand on my shoulder. He's like, "You all right?" And I go, "No, I'm on shrooms." He goes, "You are loved." He goes, "Remember, you are loved." And I started laughing. Like, that snapped me out. I was like, "Don't be gay."
He's just a demon.
That's great.
His head went.
That's great.
All these tongues all over my face. But yeah, but then we were all so fucked. We all took like the strongest shrooms ever, and then we all just had to go home. Every single one of us went home. I went home, just put the covers over my head, and just fucking rocked myself to sleep.
Yeah, I've done shrooms once, and like I was like, I can't leave the house with us.
Oh yeah, it was nuts. Yeah, they're great if you can get the balance right, but these were like laced with fucking all sorts of shit. But then
These are weak shrooms.
No, I
Eat
wouldn't
them
even
all.
mind.
Get them in a risotto.
But
Fuck it.
Tommy had only just ate them. That was the fucking thing. It wasn't like he took them 2 hours early. Which
Oh,
was,
yeah.
so he had literally just took them and was like,
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
feel a
they're
thing.
grand.
He goes, I don't feel a thing. It's like, because you haven't fucking ate them yet. But then the next night, they're closing up the bar and, they're telling everyone to leave. And I'm just doing the old Irish thing going, come on now, folks. Have you not got homes to go to? Come on.
Take our drinks outside, please.
Come on now, folks, please. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And then there's a big crowd outside, and we're all like walking back towards the hotel. So I just like, as a joke, gone, after party in my apartment, let's go. In my hotel, let's go. And all these people are like, yeah. We go down, and I'm like fucking leading a fucking marching band down the fucking street with like 40 guys. And we all get to the fucking hotel. And then everyone's like, what's going on? And I was like, I don't know, I'm not even staying at this hotel. And all these people are like taking videos, and I'll go, we're all going back to this after party. And it's like, it wasn't even the hotel I'm staying at. I was like, see ya. We just left them. And it was like, everyone's like, oh, and just had to get Ubers home from the fucking.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I could deal with mushrooms. I can barely deal with weed, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I nearly died in Amsterdam that time.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's unless you take a fuck ton of shrooms or like very strong ones. It's not the same kind of thing at all. Like weed, I'd freak out in weed, no bar. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like weed at all.
Yeah, I don't like weed. The Irish don't like the fucking weed. Something about it.
I always say this. I want like old school, secondary school fucking hash.
Hash, yeah.
Yeah.
Like shit fucking, smoke it.
That smells fucking gorgeous. I haven't smelt that. Like, every time I smell hash, I'm like, oh, fuck. It
Yeah.
smelled good. Remember? You'd burn it.
Yeah, put in a fucking Coke can and fucking burn the throat out of you, all that shit. The weed's it's too much now. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it makes you think about your childhood and shit. And you're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
It takes me right past thinking. into
It's-
surviving.
It's nuts. Yeah, it's nuts. I don't really smoke much like at all anymore. Because
Is it legal in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's everywhere you turn. It's just like the weed, shrooms. It's fucking
It
crazy.
stinks of piss and weed out there. Like.
Yeah, but some people, I think there's something that I think it's like a gene in the Irish fucking blood or something that it's like we fucking freak out with weed because there's not many stoners here. Like if there is,
I have a red few stoner friends, but like,
but they're known as the stoner friends.
Yeah.
like everyone in New York is just high all the fucking time. Every American's just smoking weed and high all the fucking time.
or they're on something like Adderall or fucking.
Yeah,
there's always something in the system.
Doped out of their fucking head.
I would take an Adderall now.
Aye.
If we could
Yeah.
get my hands on some, get some shit done around here.
Well, you're going to the right place. If you're going to Skankfest, you fucking
Yeah.
get all your stuff.
Fucking taking notes at comedy. Oh, great.
You're cleaning the
Quite
hotel
nice.
room. You fucking, I clean it for you. Don't worry about it.
Hoovering around your feet now. So he's going to Skankfest, and then I was like, my like tour thing is absolutely insane, and I'm like, if I could squeeze it in,
Yeah.
for 3 days, I'll go. And where are you staying? He's like, I'm staying in some fucking Netflix documentary,
Oh, yeah.
murder scene,
Motel,
fucking
It looks
motel.
like like Dan or Doug Stanhope's house. Like
Yeah.
it looks like out there. It's like really colourful and all, and like it just someone's
Yeah.
died in there. Like
For sure. It's just a crime scene. the,
I'm
photo,
sure.
the photo on fucking Yelp is like there's a painting of a guy on the ground.
that for sure. All you need is a bed.
Yeah,
You know what I
like-
mean? If it's covered in blood, who cares?
Yeah, it's dried. As long as it's dry.
Well, that's it.
I know anytime you stay at my house and Maureen's like, oh, I better fucking make that bedroom up. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Not for
This
this,
is this is our McCann.
This is luxury.
Give him the,
He's lucky
give him the
he's-
kennel.
He's lucky he's inside.
E-taps and Motel 6s. I don't give a fuck. For us.
Stick him on the porch next time. I think he'll
There's a
fucking-
doggy bowl with Cheerios in it. And it'll be
Oh,
grand.
he'd be all over that. Fucking don't step up to the dog bowl, bro. It'll be fucking game over. Unbelievable.
And then
Oh no, go ahead.
Are you
I'm
staying
trying to-
then in America from there?
So I'm doing 2 months in New York, and then
From Skankfest, you're gonna go
yeah.
fly
So
in?
I'm going to New York and then straight to Vegas, and then going to LA to visit a couple of friends, and then going back to New York, and then I've like 2 months out in New York.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we'll be hanging out.
You ever done Denver?
No, I have not.
I've got 5 days in Denver. booked.
Nice. Supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a good little city.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good.
Skiing-
They love a
skiing.
bit of reefer around there, now.
They love the way the hippies, mountain hippies.
Yeah. Dirty mountain
It's
hippies.
just the way you said that. They're so culty.
Yeah.
You just take about a reefer, wouldn't you? Up in these mountains.
Out in Colorado.
Fuck, I'm freezing.
How's it going, brothers? You're on the reefer. Do you know Donnell, do you?
What's up, my homies?
I'm a big fan of Donnell Rollins.
Them rolling some money about them now. They land or something.
No recession right here.
That's the funnest thing in America. If you're like half fucking chinned and you just start saying like things from back home,
Yeah.
and you know that nobody understands what the fuck you're saying, but I'm having a good time. Like,
Yeah.
He was in LA. We went to visit, and I was like, we're going to turn up here, and he's going to be like all fucking half American.
Yeah.
And he was worse.
Was it?
He was just walking down Santa Monica, like, well, lad, the fucking some Mexican bar.
Yeah.
Do you sell harp in here?
Look at a
Any harp?
What, do you have a fucking Dunn Stores bag with you?
Yeah, that's the fucking.
Carrying his lunch, his sandwiches, his fucking triangle on that square shit. Brought me own sandwich.
Flask of tea. Venice Beach.
Malibu, yeah. I'm burning the fucking.
we actually did. We drank
Holy
fucking. We drank Buckfast on fucking Santa Monica Pier. That was a core memory.
That was a beautiful moment.
He brought that in the fucking luggage. Brought it out. And then he
I couldn't bring the big one. Had to bring a couple of the fucking wee half bottles. He nearly cried. It was
It was like Ellen DeGeneres, sort of God. Couldn't get over it.
Who was like Ellen DeGeneres?
You? But like bringing like a celebrity that the
Oh, yeah,
like,
lesbian.
Licked them out after.
There you go, Daryl. I'm not holding that in. Oh, sorry.
No, that was a great moment.
Yeah, it was great.
Your wee face lit up.
The accent changes fast, and I normally like coming back and getting it back, and then it just slowly fucking. God, but it's exhausting when you're saying stuff to Americans, and they're like, "What is wank?" And you're like, "Jerking off."
I was laughing.
That's the first one. Every word. Anyone that moves to America from Ireland, like the first thing they change is wank to jerk. I swear to God, they'll say everything.
Talk us through your cultural shifts.
I'm telling you, the very first, it's always the first one that gets changed immediately. You never hear anyone say wank. You
This
never-
Stu's a pile of jerk. I remember
Yeah.
I was in the
What do you
phone.
think of his set? Absolute.
Yeah.
Jerk off.
Oh,
Jerk off. I swear. Yeah.
I remember I was on the phone to you one time and I was like, fuck, if I move out to the States, I'll be scundered if I like lose my Tyrone accent. And he goes, that'll probably be the best thing for you. He's like, it's a borderline disability.
Yeah. Are you drunk? And you're like, nah.
Take the edge off for a wee bit.
Yeah.
Although when you were in America and then he came home and there were some English guys. Was that my wedding?
Yeah.
And they're like, what's your name? And he goes Aaron. And I just went and punched in the dick.
Because I was so used to it, because I lived in a house with like
Yeah.
39 people.
Aaron.
So like everyone, I was just like, Aaron. And they're like, what is that? Is that like Irish? And I was like, it's AARON. And they're like, Aaron. And like they're telling me how to say
Aaron.
my own fucking name.
Aaron.
So I just took it. I was like, I'm not going to have that conversation every time. And then I forgot to
You say
take it
earn.
off.
You could have like say earn.
Earn.
Earn. Like an urn. Like keep my fucking dead mother's ashes in
an
an urn.
urn.
Is it? Is that right?
more like Aaron.
Iron.
Jumper.
Iron my shirt. Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah.
I don't
say
even know how to
McCann.
fucking say it, to be honest with you.
Just say McCann.
Steam iron.
It's far handy.
McCann with a Y in it.
McCann.
Yeah.
McCann. Oh, you mean Aaron McCann? Fucking say it right, will you? I would just tell people my name is Colum, like Colum Powell. It's colon.
Colon cancer.
Deadly serious. I put questions up on the Patreon. There's actual questions for you here, Johnson.
Nice.
Q&A.
Hell yeah.
Q&A, bro.
Go support the page. Support the page.
What's the major differences you've noticed between American crowds and crowds here? A lot more ninjas.
Too many. I've got to learn some martial arts for these ninjas. Yeah, I don't know. It depends where you go, but yeah, Irish crowds are more like Irish crowds are more like the urban crowds, because like if you're bombing, there's a tendency like they'll just let you bomb. Like if you're not being funny, they'll just sit there watching you, and they'll start heckling you, saying going home, you're shite and all that stuff. And then but if you're murdering, they'll fucking really go nuts. Whereas then over like the white crowds in America, much more like consistently, no matter what, But usually it's the same. It's kind of the same. I've never experienced a huge difference, to be honest. Everyone's always asking me that. It's like, you can't say. I bet you can't say this.
Yeah.
Fucking can't do jokes about Drimna anymore, can you? For fuck's sake.
That's what most of these questions are. Fucking Fallon questions.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to lunge across the room whenever he did that fake laugh of his? That was a real laugh.
That was definitely
He
real.
was pissing himself, man.
He's 180, like.
He loved it. Yeah, that's natural. There was. I did hear him laughing kind of at one point. I was like, ignore that now.
Yeah.
He loved a bit of attention, this guy.
Play on the fuck.
Yeah, but I never see the set, because then you send it to them and then you have to do like a transcript, which is it took me months to send it to the cunt, because I had to sit down. Every time I'd sit down, I go, all right, write out the joke, and then you'd get like 2 sentences in. I'm like, fuck this. It was like being at school, like being forced to write.
I would just do the old dictation thing on the fucking.
That's what I should have just done. But then you have all the L's and ums and all this type of weird shit into it. But eventually I sent it into the cunt, and then he was like, that's good. And then they sent it to their lawyers. And then he also like took out some stuff or whatever. And then the lawyer's like, this is okay to say. So then they're pretty much like, this is your script now. So it's like, fuck, you can't really change much.
How many drafts were there?
That would scare the shit out of me.
I happened all just pretty much once or twice. Like it was fast. Some people have huge back and forths forever, especially if they have a joke, like say like about fucking, Happy Meals and McDonald's or something like that. That could be a huge thing where they're like constantly going back and forth because they want you to change the words or whatever. And they're like, can you just say fast food place? And you're like, no, because it's specifically fucking whatever. But mine was whatever, fine. And then I would have changed. I would have a complete different set. But then the guy had already done whatever this way. So I was like, fuck it, let me just do it this way, get the fucking thing.
Yeah, keep the peace.
Yeah, keep the peace. Although, it's tough too, because it's like your first one. Like I want to just come out and be like, I'm just gonna do whatever I fucking want. But then they're also like, oh well, no, we're just like, no one's ever gonna work with you in any way again, and we just won't hear it. It's always just like,
you can't.
not just get fucking Holocaust never happened. Come on, Jimmy, you get it. Jimmy, do your Chris Rock impression. Come on, the fuck. Call me that he ain't dead, Chrissy.
Oh boy,
Jimmy.
Big Jim.
Yeah.
What other shit have we got here? There's these questions ridiculous. Is Colum gonna take McCann under his wing when he moves to MIC?
Yeah,
better,
I've always said that. Yeah,
Good man.
I've always
Good
said
man, you'd be fucking.
No, you know what it
saying
is?
You didn't have some wing in you?
because there's not my wing. I'll hire an airport wing. Is it?
You had 4 wings. That's a time. That's a good time.
No, because it's fun in New York. It's like if you're from Chicago, all the Chicago comics look after you, and Philly and all that stuff. But then there's very few Irish people over there. then anyone that was over there who claims to be Irish, they would never help any of the other cunts around them.
Yeah, you had no help like when you went out.
No, fuck them. But like now, so I'm always saying, if there's anyone from Ireland who's a comedian and you want to move over, hit me up and I'll do everything I can to help you. You know, I'll get you on the shows. I'll get you set up with a fucking podcast studio. You might be able to sleep on my couch if it's big enough.
The pause. Sleep on the couch.
Maybe fold out.
Did you have like a removal business or something?
Oh yeah, truck driving. Yeah, for a while. Was it?
I don't know. I remember him saying like, "Oh, maybe we'll get a few shifts with."
Yeah.
with Tyrrell over here.
I was working with a moving company. I still do work with them.
You take a fucking sofa upstairs, you'd be asleep on it. McCann! He's just lying there vaping.
Renaissance.
There's more!
Go wrap that fridge, will you?
It's a 3-piece!
It's like Goldilocks asleep in the bed, eh?
That sofa's just right.
You get the fuck out of my house, bro. How long now?
Yeah.
Finish this episode.
Yeah, but if you're
Finish
Irish...
this wank. Finish this jerk.
He's jerked all over this couch. 2 minutes here, fucking 5 minutes. Fucking jizzed all over.
I'm telling you, he's gonna come back saying jerking off and fucking whacking my meat and all this type of shit. You
No,
know?
I don't like so.
I promise you. I promise you. No one's gonna listen to you unless you say it.
Fuck him.
Fuck 'em.
Whacking your meat. What'd your ma think of that? Is your mum been in New York?
wanking.
Yeah, she has, yeah.
Has she?
2007. She barely got in though because she couldn't put her finger in the scanner.
No
Because
way.
the arthritis hanging off her. So they took her in a room for like 2.5 hours to interrogate her.
What?
Yeah.
Your ma's no
As
finger.
if she'd be a terrorist, like.
No fingers. Overworked that
If
finger.
she can't do this here, she's not gonna be able to fucking.
So she had arthritis, she couldn't get the fingerprint
Yeah.
on the fucking...
So they took her into the fucking interrogation room.
Was it curl up? Is it?
Oh, it's like
A pig's tail.
it's like take my strong hand kind of.
Wicked
vibes.
Witch is a Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, yeah.
Her feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely, like, they would just take a look at her and be like, go on ahead, love.
Well, you'd think.
No, it's ISIS. They're just pretending.
ISIS are recruiting outlaws from Tyrrell.
Yeah.
Imagine you're like, come on, for fuck's sake, guys, give her a break. And then she has like a kilo of coke up her hole. Like Michaela
What about
McCullough,
it? Actually.
who's Peru too. I thought it was playing floor.
I was just going over to beg away.
I thought it was baking powder. Jesus Christ. Sort of whiff. I was watching box set in the flight and had to stay awake somehow. That's such a thing your mom would be into and not really know how bad it was.
Cocaine.
Fucking Teresa at the bingo, give me this bag of fucking
This gives
happy
you a
dust.
while left.
This happy dust here. Unbelievable. Good stuff. I mean, the way this guy fucking networks, he'd be on Fallon in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, all the boys. The Are You Garbage boys like you.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh yeah, obviously Shane or whatever. I was like, oh yeah. I talked to Shane. He's like, oh yeah, Aaron McCann was with you. He's like, no idea who that is.
Yeah, I swear to God, he said. I'd say so. Yeah.
He got no idea. He's like, I met everyone. I don't know.
Yeah, my networking is just like drinking, and then who's ever also drinking, I end up just chatting shit to them, and then
Yeah, that is it.
maybe
yeah.
maybe something happens. Who fuck knows?
Yeah, that's as good as.
But I don't like the like. Well, how are you? Knowing that someone could
What
do
a
something
great
for you.
set.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, fuck all that.
Good to see you. How's your daughter?
I didn't do that in London, and it cost me greatly. I think.
The schmoozing.
Yeah, I could have done more of that.
Fuck London. London stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
shit.
it's fucking shit.
London fucking stinks.
Go on.
Fucking shithole.
Full chuck.
Do you hear that?
Up the raw.
Who's that? Is that
Nigel
fucking
Farage. He was doing a cameo. Do you see that? Like someone
I did see
got
it.
him to do a cameo and he had no idea what he was saying. It was like, up the ra. Stupid cunt.
Well, even Shane did that fucking on Rogan. He was like, up the raw. Can I say up the raw? And I was like, it's raw, you cunt. But whatever.
He
wrong.
drunk tweets, and like the night that I took a picture of him with a bottle of Buckfast, I put it up, and he goes, "You want to see something funny?" And then he just like took his phone and like quote tweeted it and went up the ra.
Yeah.
And then I woke up the next day and he deleted it.
He leaves it up for 20 minutes and then deletes it all.
Yeah, that's the way to do Twitter.
That's his little thing. That's his little thing. He does like
He's going to
Snapchat.
ruin his career.
Aye.
Yeah.
And he got burnt once, Fair play to him.
Wow, it's funny with Shane because everyone talks like now Shane was like the cancelled guy or whatever, and he has cleaned up a lot of his act compared to the way he used to be. But like they have like a New York Times piece on him about how like the rise and fall, the fall and rise, I guess, of Shane Gillis. But a lot of people were saying to me with the fucking Fallon thing, they're like they think the tide is turning in terms of what you can and cannot say and what's actually going to come back to bite you in the ass because it's like none of this shit sort of matters, They were like fucking, because a lot of people here, they're like, how the fuck is that edgelord Colum on? I was like, I don't know.
It's
I
so-
don't
it's
do
so
the
fucking
impression of a
stupid,
spastic all the time, you know?
I just don't know how many times people are gonna fucking. It seems like very easy, like low hanging fruit for like a journalist or something.
Yeah.
To just find something that a comedian said that was edgy.
That's why they do it.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's like how many times it's gonna happen? Like, oh, they said this, they said
Yeah.
this over and over and over
Well-
again before you're like, does anyone realize that this is kind of what comedy is?
I think it's at that point now though,
After
where
the
like
100th
you
time?
can't. I don't think you could really get cancelled for a joke. You know, I think if anything, it'll filter your audience.
The jokes aren't bad. It'll block some certain avenues or whatever, but the jokes aren't bad. It's a little bit of the rape now. That'll come back. That'll come back to haunt you, lads. I'm telling you.
Yeah. You know too.
I'm sweating every day checking Twitter. refresh.
Did someone not ask you a question or something one time? They're like, or what was it on? And this question appeared, and they were like, "Is out the back of Lavery's really toxic or something?" Did someone ask you that?
Yeah.
And you're like, "Let me tell you something. No one's raping anyone.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of fat dudes with beards."
You see some of the female comedians, I was looking, no, they'd be lucky. They'd be lucky.
Push Geordie's tits together a few times. See what that looked like.
Smash that pie card out.
There's a couple of boys raping chicken wings out the back here. Raping a fucking halloumi burger. That's about it. But fuck it, yeah, I know it bores the shit out of me now.
Yeah.
The best thing to do is if someone was like, "Oh, that's disgusting," what you've said, you just like, shut the fuck up, go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if you were at every fucking comedy gig and were a genuine big comedy fan, I might listen to you.
Yeah, they're never
just
gonna buy
fucking-
tickets anyway.
They just fucking sit at home like, what did he say
Yeah.
about the transies?
They'll just take you.
The transies.
Transies, that's a new word I'm bringing up.
I like it.
CBB show, was it?
Transies? Yeah, that's my new Edinburgh show. What's with the transies?
Hey.
Yeah, what's with the
These transies.
1 second you're a man, next you're a woman, pick a side.
If you're not very good at sports, be a transy.
Fair point.
That is good.
How long we talk for there
Gotta
now?
win somehow.
About an hour. Well, fucking wrap it up, man. Fucking things to do, people to see.
Yeah,
Jerks to have.
Rooms with fake pictures of boats in them to go fucking check
I got
it.
murals to go look at.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe do take the tour and you'll get some fucking taxi driver. Like, they usually have like rubber bullets and shit in the glove compartment, you know. You're like, look in there, mate. I pulled that out of my fucking arse cheek.
Does Paddy McDonald still do them?
He does a lot of things. Paddy would do that for you.
He'd be the man to
if you
get.
call them up.
He give you a tour.
I'd fucking pay him to stop talking for a minute. Fuck's sake, Paddy, shut up.
He's just telling you all sorts of war stories, not even true. I was in the rat. I was a fucking. In a shootout with a fucking RUC.
He's still going. It's so funny. I hadn't heard of that cunt in years, and then one day I popped up on one fucking podcast. I was like, he's still rocking, is he?
Paddy's killing it, man.
Yeah, Paddy's great.
He's done Waterfront and all that shit.
Who isn't fucking?
Who isn't
this
out
fucking
here?
kip, dude? There's never.
You come, I know you come up here, do 2 open spots, and then you're straight in the Ulster Hall.
Fucking nuts. I tell everyone about it. There's like these like naughty fucking comics that be selling out fucking stadiums, man. Every single one of them once. Every
20th of October, SSE Arena.
Yeah.
Grab your remaining tickets.
Yeah, and tell your boys down south to catch up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Right, where are you playing this tour? Tell people, and we'll get the fuck out of here. Where's your first? Dublin's the first one, obviously.
Oh fuck.
My good Mike, man.
No, it's Glasgow, Liverpool, London, Dublin, and then I'm gonna pop up new Laverties as well.
Nice.
So,
Go see him.
ColumTyrrell.com.
ColumTyrrell.com.
Come out, it'll be fun.
Listen to the podcast. He has famous comedians on
Very
there.
funny, very
You're a
funny.
famous comedian now?
Next year I will be, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Get a fucking bag of shrooms and put yourself out there, man.
Yeah,
That's the way I did. Cheers, man. Cheers for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Best of luck on
Good
the
seeing you,
tour.
lad. God bless. God
McCann pitched it?
Nope.
Okay.
Lauren Beer Moretti.
See you next week.
Good luck.
Thank you. Nice.